Hey everyone, how's it going today? And welcome to another episode. So in today's episode, I really want to just talk about President Donald Trump essentially right now is trying to implement a brand new policy when it comes to the world of credit cards. And this is going to apply to almost every single person that has a credit card. So not just if you have a Chase, not just if you have a Visa, MasterCard, Amex, but regardless is that if you are someone that has a credit card, what is going on right now is that he wants to essentially try to implement a cap of a 10% interest rate for every single person that has a credit card. Now, I know what you might be thinking, if you are someone that obviously is in a lot of credit card debt, then this is going to be very relatable to you. However, with that being said, even if you're actually someone that's relatively financially literate, because I know that the average person that probably follows a lot of these channels is probably someone that watches a lot of finance videos. And if you watch a lot of finance videos, then you are probably familiar with how important it is to pay off your credit card debt every single month. But with that being said is that this video is still going to be relatively relevant to almost every single person watching this if you have a credit card of some kind, because although you might be thinking, oh well, I already pay my credit card in full every month, why should I care about a 10% interest rate cap, right? Well, it is going to be very impactful, because the logic behind this one is that if banks start to realize that they're not going to be able to make as much money because people are paying less money in interest rates, then what's ultimately going to happen is that they're going to have to take that money from elsewhere. And so what that means is that a lot of the things about our credit card system is going to potentially be impacted. Things such as like qualifications, annual fees, the cashback system, why many of us started a credit card to begin with, if you're interested in getting cashback, travel points, everything in that world. And a lot less talked about, but also how this is going to play a massive impact and role in influencing our overall economy. And this is the part I don't think a lot of people are talking about. So if you are in this video, hopefully by the very end of this, all of this is going to make a lot more sense. So that being said, let's just get right to this video. But as always, if you guys enjoy videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you guys want to get updates. It's up to you guys, but it is always greatly appreciated. And let's get started. So to start by maybe giving a little bit of a background story about what is going on and how this even came to be, is that on Friday, January 9th of 2026, President Donald Trump essentially came out on Truth Social, and he essentially, and again, this is the official post that he made, where he essentially called and announced on January 9th of 2026 to try to start to implement on January 20th of 2026 that interest rate cap of 10% on all credit cards. Now, obviously, if you're watching this on any part of the release date of this video and beyond, you probably know that January 20th has obviously already happened, and this interest rate system never ended up coming to be. Now, it can still very much happen, but it obviously is not happening on January 20th of 2026, since that date has already passed. But when it comes to a lot of the feedback about how banks are perceiving this is that obviously most banks are going to be against this, because it means that they're going to be making a lot less money. But with that being said, there are actually some banks, so for example Bank of America, which is considering trying to implement a brand new credit card. So not to do this to, I think this is a very important clarification, they're not trying to do this to all of their credit cards, but they're trying to create a brand new kind of credit card that will implement this 10% interest rate cap, and to really just be able to test the waters. Now, a lot of Americans are obviously in a lot of credit card debt, will obviously try to support this on surface level. And that's why I think it's so important to understand what's going on. Because if you are someone that's obviously in a lot of credit card debt, you probably are going to be supporting this policy, because it means that, we don't have to pay as much credit card debt, right? And our credit card debt can go up slower because of the cap of 10% on interest rates. Because right now, many credit cards charge somewhere between 15 to even 30%, something in that range, typically about 20 something percent when it comes to interest rate payments for credit cards. But if they implement this, then obviously it's going to be capped at 10%, which means that if you are someone that is in a lot of credit card debt, you probably will support this. However, with that being said, I think it's so important to notice is that this is going to be a detriment to a lot of people, even some of those people that are not realizing it right now. So what is some examples of why this might be a detriment is, for example, what's going to happen with the cashback system. There's a lot of people I know, including myself, that one of the reasons why we even got a credit card to begin with was because of the cashback system, the travel points, being able to get benefits, things such as like free or discounted flights, hotels, travel, points, everything in that world, giveaways, freebies, right? Well, if they end up cutting interest rates, or not cutting, but if they cap interest rates at 10%, what's going to happen is that these banks are going to be making a lot less money, which ultimately means that they're going to be having to be able to try to creatively find ways to make up for that money elsewhere. And one of these ways is that they're going to potentially try to create budget cuts and offer less value now. In other words, cashback, travel points, benefits, miles, things like that. All of that is going to potentially now be impacted if they do this, making it so that they're going to start to reduce or even cut out certain select programs. That's why this is going to potentially maybe even put not necessarily an end to credit cards, because obviously credit cards will be around, because I know that's another big one. A lot of people were talking about, I know on social media, about how whether or not this is going to end credit cards. It's not going to necessarily end credit cards in general, but what might potentially happen is that it's going to lead to a decrease in the popularity of credit cards. Because if we start to realize, well, with credit cards, it's like, oh, now we, are not getting cash back, not getting all those. Why do we have a credit card to begin with, right? It's going to lead to a decline in the popularity, ultimately leading to credit cards becoming a lot less popular as a way of payment. And that's something really first important to really absorb. The other big one is really about credit card fees. It's very probable that if they end up doing this, the actual annual fee for a lot of credit cards are probably going to start to go up, meaning that the value of these credit cards is probably not going to be as great as it once was. So for example, I know Chase Sapphire Reserve recently, I think in the last 6 months, they recently did up their credit card fees. I don't remember the exact price. It's online. You can easily Google it up, the annual fee for a credit card, Chase Sapphire Reserve. But I do know that in the last 6 months they did raise up that annual fee, and so a lot of people even now are questioning whether or not that specific, and it's not just that credit card, I'm just using it as an example, it's with a lot of credit cards, but this is an example of one credit card that increased their fees, and that if they start to reduce these programs, it's going to lead to a lot of people to question whether or not it's worth it, because they're going to start to be thinking, well, why am I paying such an expensive fee for credit cards if I'm not getting my value back? And that's really one of the biggest things, how this is going to impact you, even if you are financially literate and do pay off your credit card every single month, which you should. And I think that's a really good thing if you are paying off your credit card every single month in its full balance. Now, the next thing that we have to talk about in the other area of credit cards that's going to potentially be impacted is also going to be everything related to the qualifications to get onto a credit card, right? Because there will be, if they do really end up deciding to cap interest rates on credit cards at 10%, they're gonna have to, like mention, is be able to try to find ways to make up for that massive loss of income elsewhere, right? So what's gonna happen is that they're potentially going to change up the qualifications about what you actually need, or how strict they are to qualify people to get onto credit cards. If they end up overdoing it and deciding that they want to maybe just lower or make it easier for people to get on credit card debt, because again, they're going to be thinking, well, if this is the situation about what's going on, maybe we should just give out more credit cards to people, and so let people get more credit cards means that they're going to get into even greater debt, but it ultimately means that as a banker, they're going to be able to make a lot more money, right? Well, then the danger to this, and I think this is the part that a lot of people, that I don't see a lot of people talking about, so if you are here right now, hopefully you're finding this video relatively insightful, it's really about the fact that if they really do end up deciding to make it easier for people to get credit cards, what is ultimately also going to happen is that they're going to be giving their credit cards to a lot of people that don't have the ability to necessarily pay off their credit card, people that tend to not be financially literate. This probably doesn't apply to most of you guys watching this, but you have to keep in mind is that because it only takes some people that are not financially literate to impact it and kind of just make a massive influence to everyone else in the credit card world. But what I'm trying to get at here is that it's a lot very related, and there's a lot of relationship to what happened in 2008. And this video is not a history lesson to what happened in 2008, but just a very quick synopsis because it is relatively related, and I think most people here were probably around during 2008, but not every single person that was around in 2008, I think to this day, really understands what happened or why what happened back in 2008 with the financial crisis and the housing situation. Essentially, back then, it was very easy to get a mortgage loan in order to try to buy a home back in 2008. But what they really ended up finding is that because they made it so easy to give out mortgages to so many people that may not have necessarily qualified for it, what ultimately ended up happening is that the debt levels started to catch up to them, and ultimately that's what crashed the housing market back in 2008, 9, and 10. So why this is related is that because if they ultimately end up deciding to implement this credit card debt, they might potentially lead more people to get onto credit cards to make up for that money elsewhere. If that ultimately ends up happening, what's going to happen is that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to now end up in credit card debt. Maybe not as high of a credit card debt because of, again, going back, they're capping it at 10%, but still credit card debt nonetheless, which means that it's going to potentially lead to a lot of people ending up having to pay off those credit card bills still because of the fact that so many people will now start to be qualified for this. If that hopefully makes a little bit more sense, you know, the relationship between qualifications, giving so many people loans, and then having a lot of people end up in massive debt, ultimately at the very, very end of the day. And I think that's the big thing to really absorb. So maybe to end this by talking about some personal thoughts about what I think about this situation is that essentially it's obviously going to be very impactful to credit cards in general. I think if you are someone that, you know, is in a lot of credit card debt, you probably will support this on surface level because of that. But it is something that if you are someone that's actually using your credit card correctly and trying to get cash back, trying to get travel points, trying to qualify for as many credit cards as possible, then this is potentially going to be actually relatively bad news, actually, in my opinion at least. So there's obviously pros to this system, and there's also a lot of cons to this system. But to me at least, and I think to the average person that follows finance channels, because you probably are relatively financially literate about credit cards to some extent, it's probably going to be relatively a detriment to a lot of people that are in that specific situation, because it's going to potentially lead credit cards to become a lot less popular, which ultimately means that, well, if credit cards become less popular, it might not necessarily end credit cards, because that was a big point that a lot of people mentioned up, but it means that it's not going to be as appealing to get a credit card. And I think that's the big idea to really take away behind this video. Of course, with that being said, I'd love to hear your personal thoughts about whether you do or don't support this, what you think, how you think this is going to impact the economy and everything in that world. But with that being said, if you guys made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay safe, stay well, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much again.